let's talk about selling risk. And really, it's about partnering with our clients and our customers to create outcomes. I think this is a really important piece, is that today, sales and marketing are now our conversation. So when I started off in sales, sales was about a really rigid process and a script and getting your people to memorize all the answers to the customer's questions and having a beautiful pitch. And that's what it was really about, or at least I think that's what was wrong with selling in the past, but that was what was propagated on a continual basis. And today, selling really comes from having great conversations with our customers, and not just through sales, but also marketing. And so, a complaint about your brand on LinkedIn, and then your response to it is a conversation that not just you and that customer sees. It's actually the whole world sees it, or at least the people following them and following you. And so even our conversations online and our customer engagement is actually part of our marketing. And from a sales perspective, I think about traditional landing pages, right? We've all heard about landing pages, about running the right ad to get someone to hit a landing page, to give them no options but to either leave the page or give us their information, right? That was a traditional squeeze page. And today now, the best landing pages are actually chat. Biggest client I landed in the last year, I had Drift turned on my website. I turned it on when I'm sitting at my desk, and they came in and asked a question, a simple question. Does your program do this? And what's your relationship with the Canadian Professional Sales Association? And I answered them back, and we went back and forth a few times, and I asked them about their business. It was very just a conversational thing, and it was more not about their outcomes, but just getting to know their business. And then eventually, right there in the middle of the chat, I said to them, hey, can we take this to a Zoom or a Microsoft Teams meeting? I can put a link in the chat. They said, sure. Next thing you know, there was a Zoom link. This person pops up and they're sitting at their desk, and I'm talking to them now. And so it went from a Google search to a quick chat to a Zoom meeting to speccing the project out to landing the deal, all within about 3 weeks. And it was the biggest client I'd landed that year. But it was all through conversation. There wasn't this traditional sales process per se. But it's really about how to move to a point where you can have expertise-driven dialogue. Our goal is not to explain value, but have conversations where we can partner and develop custom outcomes for our clients that are important to them, and then build value through those conversations. Prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. And this is what most of us who sell anything, have been guilty of about sometime in our career. And this is the show up and throw up product demo. I booked a meeting with you. I kick up my screen share. And then I just start talking about my product, and I'm telling you how it's going to help your business, but I haven't really asked enough questions, or maybe even don't even understand your market niche well enough to truly begin to prescribe. Then, of course, they don't sell a product, they don't sell a service, they don't sell a solution, they sell a better future state. And this is the real key, is that people don't buy products or services, they buy better future versions of themselves or their business. And so we need to map out that better future state. And then, of course, lastly, they don't sell price. They talk about value, return on investment, reduction in risk, a gain, right? What is the business case for that purchase? So better future states can be results, outcomes, goal attainment, problem solving, loss avoidance, risk mitigation, vision fulfillment, or even opportunity creation are examples of better future states that we're actually selling when someone buys a solution or invests in a relationship with us. So in many cases, great solution providers are not problem solvers, they're problem sellers. And this is a really key piece, and this is where we get into selling risk or selling gaps in people's business. Is in most cases, the biggest opportunity, people self-prescribe. Who here, has in the last couple of months, just Googled a symptom on WebMD? Come on, anybody? And you're like, I'm dying, right? As Julian said, I thought I was dying, right? And it's almost always wrong, but our customers do this all the time. They come to us and they have an idea of what's wrong with their business. They're like, and the easiest thing in the world is say, you're right, and take the order. Sell them that product, right? And this is what a lot of people do. They take the order. They're afraid to lose the deal, but they get the deal and they lose the relationship. It's better to risk losing the deal and gain the relationship. It's about telling them the truth and asking them the hard questions, and that's where the big opportunity is. That's where the partnership opportunities are. So that the goal with a great conversation is the story, and you can tell them exactly how you can help their business. But instead, the best way to do it is ask them great questions and get them to narrate the story in their own words. Get them to hear themselves talking about why they need that or things they didn't think about in their business, and they start to explore it. And one of my favorite things is when someone says to me, I've never thought about that. No one's ever asked me that question about my business. And you can see that when someone says that, big business value and impact. And if you can make impact on them permanently from their strategic perspective or context, you're in there as a partner.